Okay, so in the previous class, we have discussed about the concept of what is database and why the database is used. So in previous class, we just discussed again another concept, that is, for storing the information is not a bigger task. ଆମେ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନଟା ଯେକୌଣସି ୱେରେ ଆମେ ଷ୍ଟୋର କରିପାରିବା, but getting the information in the right time is a very difficult task. ମୋତେ ଯେଉଁ ସମୟରେ ଯେଉଁ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନଟା ଦରକାର, ପ୍ରିସାଇଜ୍ ଇନଫର୍ମେସନ ଆଉ जोटा कि जस्टिफाइड इनफॉरमेशन, जोटा कि फिल्टराइज इनफॉरमेशन जोटा पाइबा सेटा सबुटा डिफिकल्ट टैक्स। रिसोर्सेस इंटरनेट रे बहुत अवेलेबल अछि, रिसोर्सेस डेटाबेस रे बहुत अवेलेबल अछि, किंतु हमको एमिति रिसोर्सेस देखिबार अछि जो रिसोर्सेस का मो पे रिलेवेंट अछि, ताले मो पे सेटा एप्लीकेबल अछि। सेति में हमें यूज करजे द अनदर टेक्निक ऑफ द डेटाबेस वेयर यू कैन मैनेज ऑल द records. When you want to search the record, you can easily search the record. So that is nothing but it is called a DB, and it's advanced thing we are following, that is called the DB. The Dbms is what? Now it is the software required to perform the task of maintaining the database. Maintaining means what kind of operation we are performing on the database. First, we are in normal work. If we consider, it is a inserting the record, delete the record, update the record, and retrieve the record. These are the normal work we are performing. And when we require for the another task what you are performing in a database, lot of users are working. So I am not creating database for my own only. Okay, so you are creating a database for an organization, you are creating a database for a college, you are creating a database for the university, you are creating a database for the council. Lot of employees are there and they are performing their work, and their tax is different. Some administrator is present. The administrator work is what? To maintain all the records. Like the administrator is bother about insertion, bother about the updation, bother about the deletion, and bother about the accountability of the user. And when it is a user, the user is having a specific task. Like the user, one user is only insert, one user like we are only retrieve the record, like we are putting our roll number and get the marks. But if we have the power of modification, then it's over. More result को भी 90% above कर दे जब मोबाइल ऑपरेशन था इनका ही पे. Okay, so that is the authorization of the administrator. The same thing is happened, like some kind of security is there where the user, we are only one value we have to put, that is a roll number, but other modification is closed for me, but that thing or that form is open for the person that is present in the council. Maybe the person is an administrator. The role is different, and when you log in any bank account, it is showing you the last time when you log in, last time, last date, and the machine name or IP address name. Sometimes it is also showing. And when you are not working with the particular website for the specific time period, like you are just logging the site and you are not working and you are not doing anything, just the thing is open, screen is open, and after the 5 minutes if you want to do any kind of transaction, it is showing you session timeout, it is not allowing. So that kind of restriction we are also giving based upon the criteria. The similar way in the Dbms, it is manage all the things. It is management or maintaining the database. What it is defining the structure for the data storage. Okay, how you have to store your information. Suppose I am giving a task that you store the information for the student. The student is having a roll number, a name, address, contact number. In which way you have to store? So I am line by line basis. So when you put in the line by line basis, then for getting a record from the thousands of that database, it is very difficult. But if it is present in a row and a column format, then it is easier to me to get the record. We store the information in the Word, we store the information in Excel, we store the information in the presentation, PowerPoint presentation, in the notepad, in the text pad, there is a different application. The computers are present where we store our information. But among these, the best uh, thing that where you store the information, it is Excel, because it is having a row and a column, and it is having a cell. तो से जो रो कॉलम सेल ये सब जगह जो हम इंफॉर्मेशन शो करिवा हम इजीली से रेकॉर्ड पाइ इन ए वर्ड यू हैव टू ओनली टाइप. Okay, so and in a word, tabular format is present, but here you are not having any kind of search information. You are not having any kind of filterization information. But the searching, filterization, freezing, everything you can perform through the Excel. So the name I have discussed, I just talk about like Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Among these, Excel is the what is a powerful tool for storing this information. Like that way, different database also present. So actually, Dbms it is showing you the structure of the data storage, in which way you store your information, providing method for data manipulation. Manipulation means data reading, data writing, data updation. Okay, so lot of queries are present, but which query is useful, that in the immediate basis you are getting a record. Okay, now from College Square to moving to the Ranihat, like different paths are there. ମୁଁ ଜୋବ୍ରା ଦେଇକି ବୁଲି ବୁଲି ଗଲି, ମୁଁ କଲେଜ ଛକ ଦେଇକି ବୁଲି ବୁଲି ଗଲି, ମୁଁ କହିବି ନାଇଁ ସେ ଯୋଉ ଆପେକ୍ସ ଗଳି ଭିତରେ ଯୋଉ ଅଛି ଡାଇଗ୍ନୋସିସ୍ ବା ଶିଶୁ ମନ୍ଦିର ବାଟ ଦେଇକି ସେପଟେ ଯାଇ ବସିକି ଯାଇପାରିବି, ସବୁ ଗୋଟେ ବାଟ ଅଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ ସର୍ଟେଷ୍ଟ ବାଟ କୋଉଟା ଆମର ଏଟା ସେମିତି. Similar way, for retrieving the record from the database, lot of queries is available, but which query is beneficial and which query is optimized. Optimized means in the minimum timing it is giving a result, that we have to look out of. So that is it providing a method for data manipulation, which means such as adding, editing, and deleting the data. Next is what? It providing a data security against unauthorized access. So every person cannot modify it and not update the student marks. Okay. ଯଦି ଥାନ୍ତା ତ ଆମକୁ ଟ୍ୟୁସନ ବୋଧେ ଦରକାର ପଡୁନଥିଲା. ଓକେ ସାର୍ କ'ଣ ପଢଉଛନ୍ତି? କିଛି ପଢନ୍ତୁନି. ହଁ ନାଇଁ, ଦିନକୁ 22 ଘଣ୍ଟା ଶୁଅନ୍ତେ, 2 ଘଣ୍ଟା ଉଠନ୍ତି, କଲେଜ ଗୋଲିମାର. ମୁଁ ତ ଡାଟାବେସ୍ ଶିଖିଯାଇଛି. ଓକେ, ସେ ଜିନିଷ ହବନି, ତ ସ୍ୱପ୍ନ ରାଜ୍ୟରେ ଫେରିଆସ. Providing data security against unauthorized access means you cannot modify it. No person having a authorized to delete the record and modify the record without the knowledge of the administrator. Administrator ଯେପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ନ ଚାହିଁଛି ଏ ଜିନିଷ ହେଇପାରିବ. Okay, so right, DBM. ସମ୍ପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ରୂପେ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ପେପର ଯେତେବେଳେ ତମର ସିଲାବସ ଡିଫାଇନ୍ ହେଉଛି ଅଗଷ୍ଟ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ପେପର ବାହାରିଛି ସେପ୍ଟେମ୍ବର ସେ ଏତେ ସ୍ପିଡରେ ସବୁ ଆନାଲିସିସ୍ ସବୁ ଜାଗା ଟେଷ୍ଟ ପେପର ଯଦି ମିଶେଇ ମାସେଇ ତମେ ଗୋଟେ କିଣିଲ ଧର ପାଖରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାଟେ ରହିଲା ମିଶେଇ ପିଓର ଆନ୍ସର ଏଠୁ କପି ଆଉ ମାନେ ନୋଟ କୁ ତମେ ଫଲୋ କରିବ ବହି ଫଲୋ କରିବ ଆଉ ଆର ନୋଟ ଲେଖିବ ନା ସର୍ଟ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଯଦି ତମେ କରିବ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ପେପର ଫଲୋ କରିବ ସେଟା ବୁକ୍ ସହିତ ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଲକ୍ଷାଧିକ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ହଉଛି କେବଳ ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ ଇୟର କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ପେପର ତମ କରେକ୍ଟ ଏଗୁଡ଼ା ସବୁ ଟିକେ ଧ୍ୟାନ ଦବ ଆଉ ଏକ୍ସାମିନେସନ ଭିଏସଟି ତମକୁ କଣ ଇଏ କରିବ ନା ତମକୁ ଲେଖା ଟାଇମିଂ ଶିଖେଇବ पेपर मैनेजमेंट ଶିଖେଇବ ଆଉ ୱେଲ୍ ମାନୁପୁଲେଟ୍ ମାନେ ସବୁ ଲେଖାର ମାନୁପୁଲେସନ୍ ଏସବୁ ଶିଖେଇବ ତ ଏଇ ଜିନିଷ ବହୁତ ଶିଖେଇବ ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଭଲ ପିଲା ବି ଫେଲୁଅର ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ଆଉ ଭଲ ଭଲ ପିଲା ସକ୍ସେସଫୁଲ ବି ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ମାନେ ଖରାପ ପିଲା ବି ସକ୍ସେସଫୁଲ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ବୁଝିପାରୁଛି ତମେ ସେଇଟା ଯଦି ମାଇନେ ରଖିବ ମାନେ डिमेरिट देखिए आमर जो 2 वर्ष पूर्व आम देखिए अर बोले गोटे झील रामकृष्ण द बेस्ट स्टूडेंट माने बेस्ट स्टूडेंट माने अरर पाठ पढ़ा माने से बोले से उठे नहीं पाठ पढ़ा किंतु लास्ट मोमेंट रे कौन हुए ना एटा एबे तुम प्रेसर प्रेसराइज तुमको केते बड़ हम भी एटा कहबो ठीक जेतबे जनवरी 15 भाई जीवो तुमर प्रैक्टिकल एग्जाम सरी जीवो तुम निजको प्रेसराइज फील करियो आ सेठी जदी तुम प्रेशर मैनेजमेंट करनल ताहले तुम सक्सेस हो आ सेठी जो पिला प्रेशर मैनेजमेंट न करी छी से खसी जी तळु आ सेटा को मु बार बार करी कहू ए फेजेस एबी आसीबो फेजेस आसीबो लास्ट को तुम लागियो गिव अप किछ करबी नै लुचिबो ताबारे এই ଜିନିଷ ବି ଇଏ ଅଛି ସେ ସମୟରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆସୁଛି ଏଇଟା ଗୋଟେ ଫେଜ୍ ଥାଏ ଏଇଟା ତମେ ଦେଖି ଯାଉଛ ସବୁ ବର୍ଷ ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ କିନ୍ତୁ ଯିଏ ଏଇ ଜିନିଷକୁ କାଟିକି ସୋଦା ଗାଳି ଶୁଣିକି ଯଦି ବାଟକୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲା ଆଉ ଟିଚର ମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଲାଷ୍ଟ ଟଚ୍ ଅପ୍ ରହିଲା ତାପରେ ସେଇ ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କର ରେଜଲ୍ଟ ଏଇ ଫଟୋ ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ରିଫ୍ଲେକ୍ଟ ହଉଛି ବୁଝିହଉଛି ଆଉ ଆଉ ତାଠୁ ଭଲ ଇଏ କହୁଛି ଗୋଟେ ଥିଲା ଆମର ମୁଁ ଆଇଟିରେ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ରେକର୍ଡଟା ଷ୍ଟପ୍ କରି ସେ ଛୁଆଟା ଯଦି ଶୁଣିବ ପୁଣି ଖରାପ ହେବ ଏଇଟା ସରିଲା ଡିବିଏମଏସ୍ ଦେନ୍ ଆମେ ଆସିବା the main objective of the DBMS are provide efficient and easy way to store, update and retrieve the data from the database. I mean, it is providing a rules or some kind of methods through which we can easily store the information, update the information and retrieve the information. manage the information about the users ଏଇ ଜିନିଷ ଉପରେ ମୁଁ discuss କରୁଥିଲି. So when anybody is logging your database, that user information has stored, time of access, and they will store over here. किए access कला ता ना सहित को टाइमिंग ये सब इनफॉरमेशन हमर देखिबो. तुम देखिथिबो जेतेबेले when you are login any mail account in another device, it is giving you a notification in the old device that somebody in the some location is trying to log in your device. Is it you? ଯଦି ଆମେ no ମାରିବା then it is a block. Okay, so it is synchronized. The information is synchronized, and uh, when you are open any kind of login account, it is asking you for the any backup number or backup mail ID. Why it is asking? When any kind of unauthorization thing is happened in that particular mail or number, the notification is going, and it is asking you, is it you or not? Okay. So managing information about the user who interact with the DBMS and the tasks that the user can perform on the data, right? Main objective of DBMS. सरला. Hmm? ଯଦି ତୁମ ମ୍ୟାଥ ସିଲାବସ୍ ଜାଣିନ ତୁମେ କଣ ପଢା ହବ ପଢିବ? ଆଁ? ଜାଣିନ? Okay, so next is what? Rdbms. In Rdbms, it store the information in a well manner, like it is moving all the information into the database, table, and row and column form. Rdbms ରେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆମେ information store କରିବା ସେ more strict ହେଲା ତା ଭିତରେ ଆମର ସବୁ ପ୍ରକାର key concept ଯେମିତି କି primary key, foreign key concept, then relationship between the table and table, ये सब जिनसे गुड़ाक हमारे introduce है. So now देखो what is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. Mobile data भी रख लीजिए. अन्य भी. Mobile data होती है. RDBMS is a software system. RDBMS is a software system that store and manages data in a tabular format of row and column. Data in a tabular format of row and column. Data in a tabular format of a row and columns. It allows user It allow user to create, update, and the record retrieve the record using relational model. Using relational model. The operation performed next point the operation performed by Rdbms first gives an heading logical operation. Logical operation. In this case, an application specifies what content is required, what content is required, what content is required based on the condition, based on the condition, the specific record display to the student, display to the student. Next, physical operation. In this case, Rdbms, in this case, Rdbms determines how the things should be done, how the things should be done and carries out the operation and carries out the operation. In Rdbms, in Rdbms, it identify locate rows of by value. Okay, तो खास पॉइंट कौन देखेला? अरे बुझवा लो. Rdbms identify and locate the row by value. So in a student database, lots of records are present. Students are giving an exam. So all the examination information stored like roll number, physics mark, chemistry mark, bio, IT, whatever the marks are present. So in a row wise, the information are stored. If we want to get one record, we have to put the roll number. Based upon this, we are getting the record. So on Rdbms, identify and locate the row by the value. A physical address is transparent to the user. Whatever the information you are storing in a table, it is display all the records. In relational system, it requires the key that can be uniquely identify the each row in a table. तो आमे जो रोल नंबर लखिवा बा कांटेक्ट नंबर दउचे ताको आमे यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई करबा दरकार. मींस इफ देयर इज एनी काइंड ऑफ duplicacy, means there will be error. So there, for identifying the row, uniquely identifying the row in a table, we have to put one such a value as a unique. It may be your contact number, it may be your roll number, or it may be your registration number that is given in the college. Okay, so when you are getting a result, you have to put the two things, your roll number and your registration number. So by these two things, you are getting your information. The similar way, so based upon this in Rdbms, to uniquely identify any value, we have to define some kind of key constant. Constant means checking the consistency and correctness of your data. Our data consistent format रे अछि कि नहीं, correct format रे अछि कि नहीं ताको check करिवा को हेले हमें constant use करूचे. ता भितरे हमें define करिवा key constant. It is defined in the Rdbms. So what are the key constants are present? Primary key, foreign key, candidate key, alternate key, and composite key. Okay, so like a key constant in Rdbms. Key constant in Rdbms. Key constant in Rdbms.